All the way in Switzerland, and you're tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio, and you listen to Wagwan, Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother there, reaching out to all the massive on the African continent, and you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Big up, man.
Prince Dina Nabahati tena Are you coming home to ride with me? Is your life too strong to die for me? Take my hand and promise to take the lead. Want to see you smiling, girl, can't you see? Baby, you never told me. I don't need my love. We're checking it for tonight. We're checking it for tonight. My chérie, il était ma maman. Il était ma maman. Manakaka na miki, kinukaka na singi. Manakaka na miki, kinukaka na singi. Kanya tika ocha, vingene suari kuyambo. Mama watoto Johnny Kupera akwayo unipe joto sikwenyu nikoye kunilete mbali Osina makinda umelikotere mahali Teramos mama mwengu shaidaka Teramos mama you know what you mean to me assurance era mami Congo era ni wasiwasi era mami nikosima nina dwali usia ntika na chunya window mashikoni nilitangi mama
Yes, a very good warm afternoon from the 254 Karibuni Sana to another beautiful episode of the Pan African Blue Show. This is the Black Hot Fire Network radio station, in case you're here for the first time, but of course to all our amazing listeners and subscribers, returning listeners, Karibuni Sana to yet another beautiful, beautiful conversation. 19 minutes past the top of the hour. I'm a little bit late again today, but I hope you guys are going to be able to catch up with me despite it all, because they say better late than never. And of course, a quick shout out to everyone with me on TikTok, on YouTube, both channels, on Twitter, on the show page, on Rumble Live, and also those who are live with me on the radio station. In case you want wondering how to connect to all this, it's very simple. Just go to the Google Play Store, download our app, and of course, stay connected, which actually takes you to all our platforms, including Rumble, BitChute, and so much more. And also, we have an amazing, very active social page where you can share amazing articles and links with the family and friends right here on the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. Karibuni sana, where our topic today shall be going to the greed that has been fueling global wars. And when we talk about this, literally, we're talking about Israel as a topic. And of course, we're going to use codes because, of course, we can't talk about them. But of course, cut to the small hats. There's something Keith was saying recently that he has covered when it comes to Haiti. And I was quite surprised personally. I mean, how didn't he know that Haiti is also controlled by the same people, and they are the ones who control the world? But when we talk about greediness, we've been seeing how many countries, literally right now as we talk, we know countries like Haiti, Congo, Sudan, Gaza, and so many countries, even in the African continent, they are really experiencing wars. When you come to the African continent, definitely we know it is all about resources, and we want to talk about it. I have a video to share from this amazing sister who has points and notes about it, and of course we shall also be talking about what is happening today. It is a holiday in the 254, Labor Day, so happy Labor Day to everyone literally who is resting today, and of course for those who have been putting also the effort in whatever platform or whatever career you have been doing. Shout out to you. We shall also be talking about Macron, who's actually urging also Rwanda to support to halt support for M23 rebels. We shall also talk about Mali, which has managed to kill the IS commander who was blamed for the US deaths. And these are reports coming from the state's TV itself, that is Mali. And of course, our very dear own president, as we talk about Labor Day, he has gone to visit also the survivors of the floods that have been going on in the 254. So that is our topic for today, and I hope you stay tuned till the end of the show, and feel free to give your sentiments regarding whatever topic we shall be tackling right here. Karibuni sana once again, but I began with an amazing jam. That was Bahati. Anytime, any day, I'll listen to Bahati. I don't know why people hate on this guy, especially writing the 254. I feel like some people just don't really mess with them like that the way I do. But this is by the one and only, still him, Bahati, featuring Nadia Mkami, and I hope you guys get to jump onto this one. I'll be coming back with the quote of the day and much more of what is happening today in the African continent.
Never had to deny. In case you don't still have a boy. Oh no.
Big up to Mzales in the building. Shout out to Ghost in the building. Big up to Timo. Mzales, I know you really missed us, Jana. Manze, I tell you, our lights have been really messing up. For the past 2 days, it's been crazy. I hope today they behave, Manze. We woke up with no lights actually, so the programs began a little bit late, but I hope they're really gonna behave.
Asikumbatiye hadharani, unipea chumbani, wani moto, petea, weni kama petea, weni kama petea. Toka kwa jua njoo kwenye hema, wamekutesa sana neno chanda jema, na wapambe wale wasiopenda mema, wanatuombea vita CCM Chadema. Yani humoto hauzini, tapa maneno ya ulimi, nishasadiki moyo katupenda kuwewe. Basi kumbatie hadharani, unipea chumbani, wani moto, petea, weni kama petea.
Yes, and my quote of today is is make yourself a priority every single day. Every single day, choose yourself, okay? Don't forget that. When situations don't favor you, remember to choose yourself every single time. You don't have to people please anyone. You don't have to please literally anybody. Just do you and keep moving. Yes, that is Nadia Mokami featuring Bahati playing right on the Black of Funny Track radio station. Pete Yangu is the name of the jam. And of course, hope you guys are doing great once again. Chatham Zales, thank you so much for tapping the screen. I take you nasema pia isiole lights zilipotea town nzima zilirudi hapo 9:45. I think it was basi everywhere. I'm not sure it was everywhere, but the same time that lights came at your place is the same time that lights came back here as well. But shout out to Ruto. I've seen him making an amazing speech. And of course, that is what I want to start with right here as we start with today's conversation. I want to take it just, to where he was giving his speech regarding... It's too noisy. He was giving his speech regarding labor, regarding work, and I've had him giving, lies, nothing but just lies, telling people how he's managed to secure a job for so many people right now. If you try to look at the rate of employment or unemployment right now, it has actually reduced since he came into power, and so much more. So many literally lies he's told so many Kenyans right here who are paying attention, and of course streaming live on this amazing day. It is Labor Day. Shout out to all the amazing Kenyans who are literally off, and I hope in case you're not literally off, also you do celebrate this day as well for the effort and the work that you put in whatever platform or company you are working at. So I want to start with this very quickly. Yesterday we started with the video of Museveni, and that was after we saw, that was a video I shared yesterday that of an event that happened right in the 254 in Kenya, and we had Museveni talking about the IMF, the World Bank, how the money we keep on borrowing never develops Africa. And I said this is some papetism talk. That is personally I love to call it papetism talk, because they know, they've been knowing this, but they still keep on doing it. Ruto has also uttered the same on this speech of today he was giving to the Kenyans, and he said, shout to Ruto. Ruto said that the money we borrow doesn't help us. But if you try to look at the amount of money this guy has been borrowing every single time, it is crazy. I'm not going to be surprised. Just actually 2 weeks ago, he said we need funds for evangelism, that is in the West Pokot, and to deal with banditry that has been increasing. And also, I'm not going to be surprised them borrowing more money to deal with floods, okay? Because we did actually take money to secure the motorboats in case of El Nino, and which I think it's what we're experiencing right now, El Nino, and no motorboats, So I want to share this very quickly as we get started. Trust me, I don't want to say Ruto is going to be my next favorite, but this is just so funny. Let me share this very quickly as we continue.
See, you appointed me on
I need
social
specifically
ensuring
where Ruto
is
talking. Okay.
that Labor Day is more than a celebration. Today, we also honor the labor movement's historical campaign for fair wages and decent working conditions, which continues to inform our commitment to improving the welfare of every Kenyan worker.
When you talk about fair wages, let's not also forget that for the past 1 month and a couple of days, we've been having doctors striking, demanding for higher wages. So let's start with that, which is gonna mention actually is urged doctors to go back to work, and he said that he's going to meet their needs, but not really fully, but they should go back to work. So when you talk about wages, let's start with how we had demonstration due to poor payment. Let's start with that.
We embrace the theme that you have laid out, Kenyan workers standing for advanced information technology training to drive our digital economy, which is not only aligned with, but also underscores the government's significant strides in digitizing our economy and integrating digital technology across various sectors and in the entirety of our economy. While Kenya is globally recognized for its advancement in digital readiness and inclusivity, there is still much to be done to achieve job creation, and increase in productivity.
Who is to do so? That is you, but let's see if he's gonna say it.
I listened to our sister Jacqueline, and she emphasized on the issue of productivity, and we are all aligned that that should be the facing forward of our job market. Through strategic investments, we have built robust digital infrastructure, established.
Where? Let's start with that. Where? Maybe I'm the one who's sleeping on my country, but where?
Incubation hubs and launched initiatives like the TVET Jitume program to boost youth digital skills.
Finya computer itoe dollar pia. That is another project. Let's not forget.
As I speak to you, Kenya Power, ICTA, and the Ministry of ICT are rolling out the program that will give us an extra 100,000 kilometers of fiber optic and connect 100,000 other institutions, including markets, including.
Okay, I don't know what happened to the video, but I think it could be my internet, or probably that's where it ended. But yeah, I think it could be the internet of whoever was sharing this video, or I don't know what really happened, because he said more than just that, and I was listening to it.
ICT. Listening to both.
Okay.
I am profoundly honored to join you. By cabinet in January underscores our dedication to address gaps in social protection, including fragmented legislation, coordination issues, and funding shortages. We are committed to enforcing labor laws and engaging in ongoing social dialogues with unions and workers to uphold their rights. Like every other right, labor rights should align with the public interest and the economy's sustainable financial capacity. Social dialogues aim to enhance mutual benefit and shared interests, recognizing our collective goal of advancing Kenya's welfare. While the right to undertake industrial action is enshrined in the Constitution and labor laws, it must be exercised responsibly with due regard to the well-being of the public, and I urge all parties involved to act in good faith and prioritize the interests of our citizens. Respect for court orders is paramount, and adherence to the legal processes is essential in resolving disputes effectively. We need to tighten our belts and live within our means as a country in order to make more resources available to manage our economic challenges and to invest in goods and services that benefit all, not just some citizens. It is neither just, proper, nor reasonable for any group to make demands that run counter to this imperative, elevate their claims above legitimate benchmarks, or exceed our economic capacity. I want to urge workers, including our daughters and sons who are doctors, that as social partners, we must swiftly address the pertinent issues at hand, ensuring that essential services continue uninterrupted and our commitment to serving our citizens remain unswerving.
Well, I don't want to share much and, waste time, but he spoke a lot. I think I'm going to share the link of his speech alone, because this is a combined speech of so many political leaders who gave their speeches, including the vice president, the deputy president, that is Rigathi Gachagua, and so many people literally gave their 2 cents and all that. But this is so crazy because much of the things he said is nothing but just lies, which they have not done, they're not willing to do, and it's not going to happen, like I said. And this is why you see they have the audacity to go visit places which people did experience floods. Until people get tired enough, that is when we're gonna see changes. But with all these talks we keep on listening to, all these speeches, we think they're really, I remember I remember when Ruto was appointed, we had literally so many African people because of his Pan-Africanism type of talks that he used to give at the beginning of his term. There's how Ruto used to talk, and so many people believe that actually he could be a savior of Kenya, could be a savior of Africa. Because I remember when he said, number one, when he went to this summit, there's so much he said, including where he doesn't want to be summoned anymore. He doesn't want to be, attend these meetings anymore. We have representatives and all that. But isn't it crazy that we see them doing the same thing? He's spoken about also on this speech, like I said earlier, about the funds we keep on taking, not helping us in developing the countries. And bet you sure me, we're going to see very recently or very soon, me reporting of Kenya taking amounts of loans. For what? Probably floods, could be another project, we don't know, but it's not going to happen. So the question is posed to the African people. I mean, is this what you want to keep on listening every single time? Because we talk about labor, what are we celebrating and so many people are so unemployed? Because that is just the truth of the matter. So many people are so unemployed. But apart from that, he also went ahead and visited flood survivors, residents of high-risk zone, and ordered them to be evacuated. So I want to share what really happened here and what he had to say.
The president of Kenya, William Ruto, visited Tuesday flood-hit Kamuchiri village north of Nairobi, with seasonal rains forecast to increase. The cabinet said residents of areas with flooding or landslides in the past and residents near dams and rivers considered at high risk will have to evacuate within 48 hours from Wednesday. Everyone living on the riparian zones should vacate in Nairobi and all over the country because we do not want to keep losing the lives of our citizens. We will put in place adequate plans to feed them, shelter them, and provide all the necessary requirements. We decided this in cabinet today, and the government will work with development partners on this undertaking. The president addressed survivors of the Kamuchiri village, where a river broke through a blocked tunnel early Monday and killed at least 48 people. Residents expressed their pain. Some vented their frustration at the government's response. I know you have lost your children. Up to now, 48 bodies of children, women and men have been retrieved from here. Even though most of the about 100 people that were in hospitals have been treated and discharged, we still have about 26 people admitted. Heavy rains since mid-March have displaced more than 1,100 people across the country and damaged roads and other infrastructure. Kenya's cabinet said those who don't follow the evacuation order will be moved by force.
It is crazy, and of course, that is what is happening. He went, visited the people, told them what he's gonna do. Like our governor, we saw him giving people funds. That is fair for them to get back home. But we need solutions. We don't need food. We don't need funds. We need solutions. We need development of the African continent. It is so sad to see the rest of the world, again, always literally progressing. But Africa, we're stuck here celebrating development that we don't have, independency that we don't have. Same bullshit, Same bullshit. It is so sad, being honest. It is so sad. Now, you talk about loans. We know that Mwai Kibaki was the first president, not really the first, because I came to realize he's not the first president who started taking loans. We had Jomo Kenyatta. Actually, I think all the African presidents, they all did introduce us to this IMF and the World Bank type of loans. And this is why we are stuck for centuries, or why we've been stuck for centuries, because of being dependent on other people to help us develop, while we have it all right here. We had so many funds, not sure how much, because I tried checking recently, I couldn't see anything. We had so many funds that were set aside a couple years ago when we had our major superhighway being built. That is the Thika Road, which actually today is impassable. And I'm grateful that it is actually a holiday, because I wonder how so many people today could have gotten to work, or how many people, those who are going to work even today, are stuck. So this is the current situation on our major superhighway, Nairobi, major superhighway, and it is very flooded. Who are given this project? Of course, the same people we keep on saying that they shouldn't be given projects in Africa.
So guys, tumerudi tena Kikuyu Star TV. And
translate for those who don't understand.
This morning there is a
mosquito, karibu sana.
Very big disaster yenye imeweza kutokea. As you can see, this is a Getodwa Secondary School. This is on.
That is a school, number one. And then we've been having these people forcing children to go back to school. Mind you, we have the reopening of the schools postponed. That is till 6th of May. That is actually next week on Monday. But this is the situation. So the question to the government is, how are you going to cope with this? How are you going to help students deal with this? Or what is your plan? What is really your plan? This is a school, but we have students being told to go back to school next Monday.
On your way to OJ, this is Membli. Kwa hivyo venye unaona, it has flooded, totally flooded. Na ukiona hata barabara imefungwa this side, hapa hakuna gari ama tuktuk ama bike yenye inaweza kupita hapa. So as you can see, it is totally flooded. Na hii imesababishwa na mvua yenye imekuwa ikinyesha the whole night. That's why it has flooded. Nataka nikupeleke hadi huko mbele. As you can see, this is a school. Imekuwa flooded. Nikukumbushe ati students were supposed to open schools, but
exactly
due to this heavy rainfall, unfortunately hawangeweza kufungua. Pia pale mbele there is a school. There is a school. Na bado tukisonga mbele there is a petrol station. Hii yote ni barabara. This is a highway, a whole highway. So hii ni on your way from bypass, Ruiru bypass. Ukielekea Tatu City ama
yeah, Joe Mosquito, it is raining. It is raining still in Kenya, very high, very bad.
OJ ama ukielekea Kahawa West. So guys,
rain plus lights, that's why we didn't even have the show yesterday. Like rain, lights, it's crazy.
Za kurudi na bypass from gari za kurudi na bypass from Kahawa West, from Kiambu, from OJ, from Tatu City, from Membli, zote haziweza kupita. So nataka niwapeleke hadi kule mbele.
It is so sad, but it is literally very, let me just try and share, fast forward it a quick little bit to see the situation. This is what literally people are going through, This is the situation in Africa today. Not just Kenya, because the question I posed, that was on Monday. How many times have we seen Africa being flooded? How comes we're celebrating 60 years of so-called independency, but we're still on this situation? We're celebrating 60 years of nothing done, but being stuck, and even way worse than we used to be. Poverty on a high level, on a very high level. It is so crazy. This is the situation. That is what is happening. And shout out to my people in Africa. But again, until you're tired enough, we're not going to get answers that we demand or require. That is just how simple I'm going to put it. But moving on, apart from what is happening right there, that is in Kenya, and of course, celebrating the Labor Day, I want to move to Uganda a little bit. And yesterday I did speak about sanctions being imposed in this country every single time. And shout out to Museveni, who I shared this video yesterday, and he spoke about, again, the IMF, the World Bank, aid not helping Africans, but benefiting the West. That is very well known. He has been knowing this, but he said we should not carry him or take him as an 8-year-old child. But right now we have the UK government, which has sanctioned, or the UK which has sanctioned Uganda Parliament Speaker over graft allegations. And they're saying that the UK has imposed sanction on the Speaker of Uganda Parliament, as well as 2 MPs for alleged corruption. And a statement said that they had stolen from the poorest communities in the country and would be subjected to travel bans and assets freeze. If you talk about now, again, also corruption, Isn't Museveni also stealing from the poorest communities? Isn't he been doing this actually in DRC Congo with the help of Kagame and the West, who are also funding them to do this? So if you talk about the poorest communities actually being denied what is rightfully theirs, shout out to Ruto again, because I've had him saying that, we need to be living in equality, nobody should be benefiting more than the other. We need to share this. That's why we're here. Kenyans, you put me here and employed me. But what you're speaking is not what you're doing. Actions are totally different. But they're saying that the British Foreign Office said that the two former ministers, Mary Goretti Kitutu and Agnes Nandutu, had stolen thousands of metal roofing sheets, which were meant for vulnerable communities in the Karamoja region. And then we go back to also Samia Suluhu. Remember there's a time Samia Suluhu said, was warning Tanzanian constructors, not really warning them, but I think urging them to stop stealing building, the construction materials. But we've seen our very own doing it. Our very dear own, they are doing it. So how do you expect me as a common Mwananchi to behave normal while you can't even act normal? You are literally showing me the way of how to live wrong. So I'm supposed to act right when you're not acting right? It is crazy. But they're saying it said that the speaker, Anita Among, was also involved, and she has also been accused of corruption involving parliamentary funds. We saw the same thing happening to the speaker in South Africa, who took a bribe of a wig and some funds, a whole wig and some funds. And later on, after she took herself, I think, to the station, she was bailed out. She cashed out and she was out within a minute. So this is a reputation, and this is actually something, personally, when I see African puppets being accused of corruption, then after them bailing out of this, it's not going to go anywhere, and it's never been dealt with. So this is why we keep on seeing corruption actually increasing, because it will never stop. It is not meant to work. It is not meant to be dealt with. And I don't understand why UK should be the one dealing with this, but not Museveni. Because it should be the president actually being the one dealing with this. You are accountable for the people you have assigned to work. You are accountable for your country. So why not Museveni, but the UK? Oh, our colonizers, So they never left, that's the question. Why are we free, Why do we claim freedom that we don't have? But yes, that is what is happening in Uganda. Let me know what are your thoughts regarding that, because personally, this is not the first time we've seen this always happening, of where we're going to see members of the parliament or maybe some officials being accused of corruption, but the next thing, they will go walk scot-free. And then the next minute, you're going to hear the same thing on repeat, and on repeat. But on this other end, we have Macron, who has also urged Rwanda to halt support for M23 rebel. That is Emmanuel Macron, and he has urged Rwanda to halt its support for the M23 rebel wreaking havoc in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. In a joint press conference with DRC's Congo President Felix Tshisekedi, who is on the visit to Paris, for what? Mr. Macron said Rwanda must halt its support for M23 and withdraw its forces from Congolese territory. The question is, again, when it comes to the same people telling Africa what to do, are they not participating? How much is France benefiting? Because we saw Kagame saying it. How much is France benefiting from all the gold being extracted in DRC Congo? How much wealth has been stolen by France from DRC Congo? You want to tell me Macron has not been knowing this has been happening? Has anyone tried to oppose this, or this is just another media speech that Africans should see? We're trying to make it work. It's just impossible, but we're trying to make it work. But it is impossible. But they're saying that in a joint press conference, yes, with DRC Congo President Felix Tshisekedi, who is on a visit to Paris, which is a question, for what? Mr. Macron said Rwanda must halt its support for M23 and withdraw its forces from Congolese territory. The M23 first began operating in 2012 ostensibly to protect the Tutsi people or population in eastern DRC Congo, which had long complained of persecution and discrimination. The UN, the EU, and the US say that Rwanda, which is also led by Tutsi, is backing the M23, and the government in Kigali has repeatedly denied this. The UN, the EU, the US, Macron, same people on one bucket, playing different cards, you know, trying to act innocent, but they know what they're doing. You know, when it's my turn to shuffle the cards, I'm gonna shuffle them, and when it's my turn to shuffle the cards, I'm gonna shuffle them, and you know, put the blame on you, knowing that I'm also supporting this, but I'll pass it to the other one, which is the UN. Shuffle the cards, let them talk on repeat. On repeat. Sadly, we keep on talking about this every single day. Every single day, it's negative reports from Africa. Every single day, negative reports coming from Africa. Every single day, the same people warning us, the UN, the EU, the US, Macron, acting innocent. They're very highly involved. And this is why we have this kind of news every single day, negative news from Africa. It is sad. But Macron knows this. Of course, Kagame also knows this. Even when this accusation comes, Kagame knows, come on, brother, you know? And Kagame said he did speak about the privilege of sitting, how these African leaders always act and feel when they sit with people like Macron, when they sit with people like Biden, you know, how they act. But shout out to them. They know what they've been doing long in Congo. This is not new. Shout out to UN, shout out to the EU, same WhatsApp group, you know. It's not that it's time for Macron to shuffle the cards, and the game is on his side, so he has to say what he has to say. He has to say what he really has to say. But as we move on, I want to share this video very quickly as we get to the major conversation of the day from this lady. Greediness, you know, as you see from the topic, literally, this is all greediness of resources, which is literally creating and fueling global wars. Literally. This is resources. Shout out to you, DJ Randy. Karibu sana. Hope you're doing amazing. Welcome to Black Hot Fire. Shout out to Mr. Black Hot Fire. Hope you're doing great today. And welcome. But yeah, this is greediness, literally, of resources, because there's nothing else. Even when what they're talking about in DRC Congo, it is all greediness. And it's crazy with all the greediness and Kagame helping in stealing of all these resources. Still, his country is shitty. He's managed to beautify the city, but his country is shitty. Very, very shitty. He's managed to blind the people to see the beauty of the city, which most of the countries have failed. Because if you try to look at Nairobi, actually the city from afar, it looks like a sort of, you know, it's like we've been faced by some sort of pandemic, you know. It just doesn't look good. There's a time was somewhere and we tried checking literally the city. It looks like we've been hit by a certain apocalypse. It's like something is just not okay. You know, it looks dark, crazy. No development you can count. You count just 1, 2, 3 buildings you can see from afar. It is crazy. Greediness of resources. But let me share this very quickly. This is coming from this sister who was speaking about the war being fueled. But before that, I want to share this coming from Namibia of a recent discovered oil. That was actually towards the end of April, which I didn't know, but I'm glad following this channel, which keeps us updated all the time.
One of the world's biggest oil fields was discovered off the coast of Namibia in late April. Portuguese company Galp found at least 10 billion barrels in the Orange Basin's Mopane complex. It will boost the African country's known reserves by 1/3. Commercial production will start in 2029, with 310,000 barrels per day being pumped by 2035. At the moment, Namibia will only get a fraction of the profits. Its national oil company, Namcor, and independent exploration group Castos have only a 20% stake in the venture. However, Galp wants to sell half its 80% stake, which could open the door for greater Namibian ownership. Following the announcement, Galp's stock price jumped 20% by more than 2.2 billion euros. Western media has for decades made reference to an African resource curse, but Namibia has a chance to replicate Gaddafi's model in Libya, where oil proceeds paid for universal healthcare, infrastructure, education, and public housing, as well as bridging inequality. Considering Namibia is among the world's most unequal societies, not far behind South Africa, this oil discovery could be a godsend.
It could be. It should actually. It should be a godsend, and this is for Africa as a whole. With all our resources, we are so blessed, and that's why we don't need no funds, no nothing from anyone to do anything, because we have it all. We have it all. But the question is, when I saw this, of course, I always run to the same Western media that has been putting and badging us with different type of names and our resources and our people. Are we sure Namibians are going to benefit from this? Not even Namibians. Is the country going to benefit from this? That is the question. Leave alone even the people, because you know they won't. Will the country even benefit from this? With what independency do you have? What power? Again, what independency do you have to claim that you can control your own resources? And this is why we had people like Eric Prince talking nonsense, saying that Africa needs to be recolonized again, because we have puppet leaders who are just all about greediness. Greediness. So the question is this oil going to benefit the country? With what independency do you have as a country? What power do you have as a country? It's just recently we've been talking about right here with Keith, and of course him educating me a couple of things about Namibia. Windhoek. What type of a capital? What city is that? That should be somewhere in the UK, there in Canada, in Australia. Some Windhoek. What? That is nothing African. Windhoek. Is it Windhoek or Windhoek? I don't know the pronunciation of the name. Windhoek, whatever you want to call it. 71% of the land is owned by white people. So the question is, who is going to benefit from this? This is a joke. This is a joke. And this way, personally, I always get mad when I see Africa, and it makes a whole lot of sense. As much as I want to get mad, I get mad when I see African countries when they discover resources like what Kenya did. We discovered cobalt. It's cobalt in 6 counties. Immediately, we had the Western medias reporting this was everywhere. Kenya has been discovered some new resources. Some resources are somewhere. And watch and see, immediately we saw some British soldier, US soldiers who came, I don't know to do what, protect what, which we don't have any, apart from the northern parts of Kenya, which is also about greed, oil. So I always get mad when I see African countries reporting of their discovered resources, but it's not them. This is why you go back again to media ownership. We don't control information. So it is so easy for the rest of the world to come in, spread it, take it, because we don't control it. Makes sense? Which is sad. It is sad. It is so sad. But this is the answer here. This lady.
My grandmother said a lot of sayings, but now I think it's very apropos for this moment. She said, you can put truth in the river 5 days after lie, but truth gon' catch up. And the truth of the matter about certain leaders in your country, the truth of the matter about certain leaders in my country, the truth of the matter about corporate interests who are so consumed with greed that they will crush the hearts, the minds, the soul, and the spirits of people like you and people like me, and not give a damn about whether we live or die. The truth of the matter is that people like us can no longer sit on the sidelines and be idle in the face of injustice, whether it is happening here, whether it is happening in the Gaza, whether it is happening in the Congo, whether it's happening in Haiti, whether it's happening wherever it is happening in the world. People of good consciousness must stand up. The link that the general mentioned about politics and industry, they go hand in hand. You cannot separate the two. If you want to know what a government cares about, follow the money.
Exactly. That is what Keith has been teaching us right here. Follow the money. Follow the money. Always follow the fundings and see if these people really care about you, you know? And the point blank from just what she's explaining, she just hinted on Israel. That is what she's saying. Cut to the small hearts, you know? We can't be having these people who claim they want to judge themselves. They want to be the ones to literally, you know, be answerable to the mistake I've done. I killed, but I'm going to be the one to literally decide if I killed, but if I didn't. Do you know how insane that sounds? But that is true. You know, so many countries, including Sudan. She forgot to mention Sudan. We have Ethiopia and Somalia, which is now being, you know, there's a conflict being created by the same Western people who are warning us about Rwanda, you know, same people. They are literally fueling war, war because of greediness. It's all about resources, literally resources, and the people too, because they have been also after us and the people too. Karibu sana, Keith.
Santi Sana there, Joby. How you doing today? Oh man.
How are you doing?
I'm exhausted. How about you? How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm so sorry about you being exhausted. Personally, I'm fine. I can't complain.
Yeah, I'm good. I had to take care of some stuff. Concerning my son, I had to make sure things got settled. Um, shout out to the lady that thanked me, you know. But yeah, and you said with the oil thing helping Namibia. No, you just mentioned they don't own majority of it. It's their oil, they don't own none of it. And the African is still, like I said, a coward. Those white people stole most of that land in Namibia over 100 years ago, Joey, and black people have not taken it back. I seen something. I deal with South Africa. Another country think that they're better than other Africa. South Africans live in abject poverty, Joby. That's what I was looking something about the South Africans. It's worse than I even thought. The abject poverty in South Africa. It's worse than being in South Africa if you're an African than on the rest of the continent. Because you develop, you don't share none of that. In abject poverty, they talking about most people in South Africa, Joby, make $50 a month, Joby.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I said, damn. $50 is what people paying a month. And you talking about
be living on the lowest level of life for you to be able to keep up with that, you know, that amount of money. You have to live in the cheapest houses, which majority is, of course, in either remote areas or probably in slums somewhere where you're just not good looking places.
That's where most of the Africans, exactly. That's where most of the Africans live at in South Africa or in the slums.
That is like living in a hand-to-mouth situation. Literally, that is you living in a hand-to-mouth situation. And then understanding school fees. I wonder how high school fees is in South Africa. I'd really love to know. How high is it? Because I mean, I know all African countries school fees is crazy.
I don't know. I don't know if the South Africans pay since the country set up by Europeans. I don't think they pay school fees in South Africa. Same way they do with there. I don't think they do.
Do South Africans pay school fees?
If the country was designed by European, it'd be mostly like Europe. I don't think. I doubt it.
Yeah, education is funded from the government budget. And
yeah, exactly. I thought, because I've never heard this. I never, even when I was there, I never heard the South Africans talk about any school fees. Yeah, yeah, because it's designed like Europe. That's only for the other goofy African countries.
What about Namibia? What about Namibia?
Good question.
Let me see.
Once again, Namibia was designed by the Europeans, so I don't think they would pay school fees. It's only in the African countries where they had the majority of Africans at. You didn't have a big white settlers. Kenya would never got
Oh,
independence. I don't think Kenya
for
would
South
ever pay.
Namibia,
No.
for Namibia, they say education is free and compulsory from the age of
Yeah, I
6
thought
to
so.
16. From
Yeah,
the
I
age
thought
of
so.
16.
Because you got too many Europeans living there. They're not gonna pay school fees. The government's supposed to do that. Get too many. So yeah, only in like a African country are you gonna have that happening because the Africans don't know that they're being shitted on, Joe. They don't know that you're not supposed to be paying for that. Your tax dollars. You're not supposed to be paying for your brother's education, Joe. But your tax dollars of the government are supposed to be paying for that. And most Africans don't know that.
It is crazy. It's crazy, but
Uh,
I mean, like I said, with everything I think I've discussed here, 'cause I have 9 minutes as I come to the end of the show. You came in late today, but
I
it's
woke up
okay.
late, Jay, but I apologize. Excuse me.
It's okay. You can catch the show maybe on a reply and check what we discussed. We talked about the floods. Today is Labor Day in Kenya. Ruto has spoken about employment, wages, us taking loans and not helping us. The same thing Museveni was talking about yesterday. We keep on taking loans, but they don't develop our country. And if I try to look at all this literally from our
because
available
because
of today,
because you
feeding.
don't need no loans. The loans don't benefit you. Your countries are corrupt top to bottom. You know what they are.
Yep.
The loans. Why would you loan me anything and everything the world needs? I have. I don't know, the idea that you even did that. I'm sure every one of these puppets know about the economic hitman. The loans are not there to help Africans develop. Loans are there to put you in debt traps.
They're saying it, so of course they do know. How do you can't tell me
Uh,
I'm just a common Monanchi listening who doesn't understand a goddamn thing? These loans we've been taking, we understand they have not been helping us, but you keep on taking them. Why you're double talking? Like, why won't you stick to one thing? They said Museveni also said it. I don't want to be taken or treated like an 8-year-old baby, but we know all this aid we've been receiving is for the
the
benefit of the
the
West.
only reason they saying that, Joe, because this goddamn TikTok at these kids, these youth are now. You never heard these puppets ever say these youth know that they're children now. These youth know that these leaders don't run shit. They know it. They know you're getting loans, and where's the Development Act? I wish they got streets with flooding and shit don't work. The lights don't stay on. How's this 2024? It's 2024 and you can't even keep the goddamn lights on.
No.
But with all the resources for everybody's electricity comes from Africa. These kids are starting to know this. Everybody else lights in Europe, America, Asia stays on. And those resources come from Africa to keep everybody's lights on. But me in Africa, I'm in the goddamn dark. I'm in the dark.
Mm-hmm. I saw recently Tanzania shutting off its hydro. I think I don't know if it's hydropower or hydro something. Let me see. Due to too much electricity.
Oh my God. They stopping the dam. That dam was gonna give electricity to not just them, to a bunch of other countries like Kenya, Rwanda. Why would they stop that dam? That's
So
that bootlick again.
that was 3 days ago. They say Tanzania authorities have closed down 5 hydroelectric stations to alleviate surplus electricity in the national grid. This
But
information
it's
was
too much.
made by
It means it's too. You're gonna shut down because it's too much because of surplus. What the hell are you talking about? Now you talking about mismanagement of a country again. It's too much. We got too much electricity. What? That means nobody in South and Tanzania should ever be sitting in any dark. They got surplus electricity, meaning that should no lights be going off ever. in Tanzania. So they've reached surplus. So that means they can start build manufacturing there, which the white
Actually,
man doesn't work. Go ahead.
it's rare for Tanzania. For those times we've been there, I think lights disappeared on us only once, and I think that it was the whole country just experiencing. I don't know what was happening, but only once. That is just being honest. We never experienced like power being out
It,
there or in
it
the
shouldn't
dark.
because it was set up exactly because Tanzania was set by Jules. It should never be in the dark. They just tell you right there. They got surplus electricity. They should never be in the dark, Joby. In no
Mind you,
Tanzania.
our first trip were there for 2 months, and here a month cannot even end without lights disappearing, even a week. Nowadays it's been even every single day. Rain starts like this, boom, they are gone. I don't know. Today I hope they're gonna, because the lights were gone most of the places. I hope they came back stable. I really, really hope so. Because rain start
But
like this, then boom.
you should,
God.
you shouldn't, because it rains, the lights go out. You imagine how backward of a country that is. You rain and the lights go out.
So
You know how
meaning if you
crazy
want,
it is?
if you really were experiencing probably snows, we would die because of one cold, because we don't have lights. We've spoken about this before.
God, I never thought about that. Yeah, man. If it good thing Africa doesn't experience snow. If it snowed in Africa, oh my God, you're right. People would freeze to death.
Yeah.
You die. You die. You would. Wow. I mean, yeah. If poorly as Africa's been developed, if it ever snowed then like it does in America, people would die.
Yep.
Because the electricity would go out. If it goes off when it just rains, imagine if you got snow. Holy shit.
For 3 days, the way it would be consecutively, like disappearing, going, coming back, it would be bad. It would be probably even so many things would, I don't know, it would just be bad. We will not survive. Because we see how people out they die in Canada just staying for at night, the prison in the cold there. Come on, you can't survive. We're not used to that. That is not us.
Well, Africa, yeah. Unless you've been that kind of weather, you get used to it when you leave. But your first time there, it is going from Africa to a cold climate. The first year, it will shock your system. God damn! You
For me,
because you just got you just thought I don't know. I don't like it either. Most Africans, you just think the cold that you got in Nairobi is really cold. It's not. When you get the real cold, it's like, God damn! Yeah. It's so cool.
Grinding your teeth like, come on. It be so bad. But anyway, family, for those people who have just joined in late, kindly check out the replay on that is on Rumble, or rather on our YouTube channel. That is both of them.
Yeah, so
The Black
I see you got everything. I see you got everything over the day, boy. You going full spectrum dominance, huh? You got Rumble open. I said, damn.
Yeah, I got everything live. And of course, for those who have been with me on the show page, you have not seen comments, Asante Nisana, but I say I had some people there. And to those who are live with me, either on the radio. Shout out to UK Williams. I hope you're doing great. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an amazing day at work. John Mosquito, also appreciate you for being here. And to all those who did stick by, shout out to adventurers who has been passing by. Shout out to the ghost. Shout out to Mzales, was giving also his points there. And thank you to everyone who have been silently listening. Check out the replay. We've spoken about Kenya once again. We also talked about Macron urging Rwanda to stop its support to Congo. That is extraction of resources. We've spoken about also Kenya.
What? Stop it. Listen. I say, what are you insane? Macron is telling Rwanda to stop. See, everybody see the cat's out the bag, but Rwanda is a puppet state. They don't got any money. That money's coming from Macron, really the Rothschild. Let's call a spade a spade. The cats with the small hats, right? So that's America, which is going to collapse. You morons, America's going to collapse. I'm going to tell you, I don't know when. We're going to collapse. We're unsustainable. It's the end of an empire. Shout out to the cats with the small hats. They control it. So I'm glad a lot of people starting to realize this. They're telling you. So you're in economic collapse, and they got the Macron is telling Rwanda, stop doing what you're doing in the Congo. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
My God, this is actually, they know Macron, they know it's you guys. They know Rwanda and Kagame is a puppet. Don't have any money.
We also had the UN, the EU, and the US itself also saying the same thing. So the same cat.
Good now they caught Joby in the cookie because of that TikTok app. That's what I've only seen. People, everybody talking about, you know what? Now people, you know what Rwanda's doing in the Congo? They fucking people up. What? Really? Yeah. Killing people, displacing people, stealing resources. Did you know Rwanda is the #1 cobalt and coltan producing Africa and it has none? Oh, but damn, where are they getting that from? The Congo. And then Kagame say he don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. With all the, I don't know how I'm getting all this money to build Kigali. I have no idea what's going on. He said, you know, do you know Kagame's been in power since the early 90s? What? How could that be?
About it, I was just laughing and I'm like, man, you know, this has been happening. You're just playing your game. You know, the cards are on the side. Now you gotta say what you can say before, you know. Come on, it's crazy, man. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Because they're getting caught. It's like a child, Joby. Like a child.
And to know they have been knowing, we remember Giorgia Meloni's video when she did accuse Macron of what he's doing in DRC Congo.
Exactly.
You remember?
I remember that. You are stealing people's resources all throughout Africa. Africa's not poor. She's screaming how Africa's not poor, blah, blah, blah. But she still put those niggas on the bus, Joby. You niggas get on that bus.
And she still doesn't want them country.
No,
they have been
she still, you know, man, Joby, Italy's one of the most anti-black, racist countries on the planet. So don't get that. Don't because she's calling out Macron. Don't think she always tell black people. Don't get confused because she's calling them out that she's sticking up for us. No, that's the Hegelian dialectic. But I'm telling you right now, you see, if you guys want to study the Hegelian dialectic right now, look at America and look at the protests that are going on with them killing the people in Gaza. Okay. The cats with the small hats are controlling the people that's killing the people in Gaza, but they also controlling the protests that are against the killing of the people in Gaza. See, it's Hegelian like because Joby, Joby, sophisticated Joby. You got to understand. I'm playing both. I play both sides for my benefit because whichever side actually wins, I win. Because I can say it's the Zionists, you know, because I don't want to say because they trying to conflate the two, separate the two, Zionists away from regular Jewry, they call it, or the other Jews, right? These are the Zionist Jews that no good killing people, right? So when the Zionists eventually lose and get caught out for genocide, the other part of Judaism, the ones that digging tunnels and all that other shit, they don't get blamed. They don't get blamed. So they say, oh, it's just the Zionists, when it really it's all of them, Joe. So I take over this other ones. Yeah, the Zionists are no good. Those Jews are the bad ones. So now you just hate the Zionists, but I still keep control of power, not knowing it's me.
Psychopaths, I tell you. I can't handle that. I want to process that, you know. But I'm not surprised at the same time because understanding Trump's whatever during the elections in 2020 or 2020, right? Or
yeah,
I think, like I've understood so far a lot of things, so I'm not surprised by that. But that is just psychopathic, you know. You killing people on this side, but you're funding demonstrations about the.
That's right. Because you fund both sides of an argument, Joe. Because no matter, so whoever wins the argument is going to be you at the end of the day. They fund both sides of the argument. So no matter what side wins, you win, Joby. I win. I don't matter. The Hegelian dialectic. That's right. That's crazy people. It's psychopathic, and the African's not a psychopath. So he's like, what? Why would you do that? Because I'm a psychopath. That's why.
Real. But anyway, family, Santelis are once again tuning in. See you guys later on Tubonge Show, but come back. Waton shall be in here in a few with Let's Pop and check out what she shall be discussing today. If she has a guest, I'm not sure, but I kindly do remember to come back and show love. Thank you, Gonzalez, for tapping the screen. Thank you for the love.
Did you read my text I sent you, Joby? All that drama and shit.
Yeah, I did, man. I even went on that TikTok and watched all those videos, and I was like, God damn! Shout out to Jazzy.
Yeah, she texted me yesterday. Said thank you so much. He
Yeah, see,
called me. He just,
you see those
huh?
ladies who are always sneaky picking, taking videos, man. Like, I bet
I
your
didn't look
son
at
didn't
it.
know what we are.
I couldn't look at all that ghetto shit, Joby. You crazy? I couldn't look at all that shit. I couldn't look at them videos like there's too much ghetto.
I don't understand why people record themselves kissing and all that shit. Like, but anyway.
This too ghetto fabulous for me, Joby. It's too ghetto fabulous for me. So
Someone wants to see all that. Like, yeah, you are in love. We don't want to see it. Like,
somebody must have seen her. Her ass got 20,000 followers. I said, this bro got 20,000 followers on this. somebody wants to see all this ghetto shit. But yeah. So she had to read my son the Riot Act. Boy, I didn't raise you to do this. That's not who we are. You get your head out your ass. You go over there and you start taking care of this boy that you decide to have. And you don't destroy my name. You take your ass over and you do the right thing. That's what you do, and you do it now. So that's what she said. I seen the thing. She thank you. Wow, what did you do? He reached out to me. I know he's gonna reach out to you. It's all good.
I pass. I don't want to see PDA. I don't want to. But anyway, family. Asante Nisana.
I thought that's something I looked at. I thought the kissing was sweet. I thought that was sweet. I didn't want to get that other ghetto shit. Women always want to pose in front of the mirror. I didn't want to look at none of that shit. Look at me. No. I'm good. I don't want to look at none of that dumb shit.
You're not kissing me and reposting it. I'm not doing that. That is not for me. That's no. I'm too shy. There's some things I can do, but just not that. I don't know, kissing. I don't know what we put. Nah, I'm good. I'm okay. Let's put it the curtain. Please. We know you're very private, Joby. We know. I'm glad you do know. Some people need to get it in their head.
Much love, family.
No, that has been an hour, Mzales. Time goes so fast when the conversations are really, really nice. So I guess that's why. Imagine it's been a whole hour.
I know. I just got in here with Zaz. I was like, damn, it's over already. Me too, man. I know. Me too. now I got to listen to Irritan talk about who's depressed in life. Let's talk about depression. Like, oh man, I'm done with this kind of. I'm done.
Yes, but remember to come back tomorrow.
Who's got mental illness again? Is that my mental illness again? I know. Let me stop messing with eartime.
Yeah, so much love. They come back to talk about Tubonge. Join the conversation. It shall be amazing. You always have amazing, real and raw conversation. So come back.
Yes, it was a good conversation. Rhea said she liked cameras.